Hiya and g'day. We've been having a really nice Kiwi summer here in New Zealand. At the moment it's mid-February, so we're, I guess, starting to wind down, although we've got probably a month or two of good weather in front of us. And people have really been enjoying the Kiwi summer, doing their Kiwi things. Off to the beach, the barbies, out and about, playing sports, riding bikes. And obviously we call ourselves Kiwis in this country. And why on earth would that be? I remember years ago when I was in my 20s, which was quite some time ago now, I was in London working in a pub. There I was, beavering away in this pub in London. So, I met this Canadian girl. Lovely girl, woman. We got chatting, just as colleagues. And of course you ask, where are you from? And she told me she was from Canada. Can't remember what part. And then in turn, she asked me, where are you from? And I said, oh, I'm a Kiwi. And she got this really puzzled look on her face. She looked at me really strangely, and she said, isn't the kiwi a brown furry fruit? I had to laugh and explain that yes, she was dead right. Kiwi is a brown furry fruit, but it's also a lot of other things. A true kiwi is our native bird, our national symbol. A flightless bird, lives on the forest floor, has a very long beak with nostrils right at the tip of its beak, which in itself is very unusual. And it has that so it can sniff out the insects and grubs on the floor, in amongst the leaf litter on the forest floor, and that's what it lives on. So, kiwi is a kiwi fruit and a flightless bird. The kiwi fruit was originally called the Chinese gooseberry. Not actually a gooseberry, but it was brought to New Zealand from China in the early 1900s. And people thought it tasted like a gooseberry, and so hence the name. And then in the 70s, I think it was the 70s, it was decided by the powers that be that it needed a new name, because trying to sell it into the States in the height of the Cold War, so maybe we're going back to the 60s, I don't know, you didn't really want to be calling it Chinese gooseberry, because while they're our friends now, the old Chinese, the powerhouse of the world economy. Back then, of course, the old communist thing. So they came up with some other names, apparently, but none of them really fitted. The main man from Turners and Growers, a vegetable and produce distributor, who came up with this idea, let's call it kiwi fruit, and it was a marketing success. So when you hear somebody referring to themselves as a kiwi, they're not saying they're a brown furry fruit, and neither are they saying that they're a flightless bird. As a person, to me, it's more a state of mind, it's more an attitude. You hear people referring to Kiwi ingenuity, the Kiwi way, you know, blah de blah. Well, I think what sums it up is that we don't take ourselves too seriously. We're fairly self-effacing. We do have the old tall poppy syndrome in this country. If you stick your head up, somebody will come along and try and chop it off. We are guilty of that. And you certainly don't have to be born here to be a Kiwi, in my opinion. Plenty of people have come from other countries and just soak up that Kiwi attitude, that Kiwi way of life. Anyway, enough waffling. To me, that's what a Kiwi is. Not just a brown furry fruit, not just a flightless bird, but a way of life, a state of mind. Time to get some fuel.